Zachariah Tiemens, what's that last name? Tiemens, I guess. Something. Let's see if I pronounce that correctly. Says, I had a thought earlier about how liberals talk about diversity as a virtue that they desire. Is liberalism not in direct opposition to true diversity, since the entire goal of liberalism is to eliminate the differences between individuals? Congratulations, Zechariah. That's precisely correct. When liberals talk about diversity, what they want is they want diversity of appearances. Liberals, genuinely honest to God, are skin-deep racists. And so they figure, as long as they can find black people, yellow people, brown people, white people, and red people who all feel and think exactly the way they do, then that's diversity. If, on the other hand, we feel that individuality is what we prize, that everybody's different, that every single person is unique, that's genuine diversity to me. And as I've said before, if you have a female business person and a gay business person and a Mexican business person and a black business person, those four people have more in common as business owners than they do as gays or blacks or women's or Hispanics. They have much more in common as business owners. It's the essence of what our theory about people is that diversity is, we don't accept the entire idea of diversity. We reject the entire idea of diversity because we don't believe in race. We don't believe in tribes. We believe in individual people making individual decisions, and we don't care what they look like. And they constantly rail us. Oh, you're liars, you're just racist. It's like, folks, I would rather be surrounded. Now think about this. If I had to spend a year someplace, I would rather spend a year in the wilderness with a platoon of all black Marines than with an equal number of all white criminals. What's so hard to figure out about this? Is somebody going to say I'm lying about this? Somebody going to say you're not serious? You really, I mean, honest to God, how hard is this to figure out? Who would you rather be with? Who would you rather spend time with? Who do you think would do a better job? Who do you think would be more pleasant to be with? Who do you think would be more worthy of sacrificing yourself for? Who do you think any of this stuff, if you had a platoon of black Marines, or forget criminals, an equivalent number of Berkeley professors who were white as the driven snow, I'd take the black Marines every single day of the year, every single time, all the time. I want to be with people whose values I admire, and the values I admire have nothing to do with their skin color, has nothing to do with their national origin, nothing to do with their religion, nothing. And we could win every single argument on the face of the earth if we just got out there and said just that. I don't care what you look like. It's not important to us. We don't have black Americans for conservatisms, or Filipinos for conservatisms, or women for conservatism, or gays for conservatism. We don't have those things because to have those things would be to negate the exact essence of what it is we believe. We have conservatives, and they can look like whatever they damn well want to. Now, the fact that most of them are white and male, that's people making choices. And the reason there aren't more black conservatives is because black leadership has convinced so many black people that they are in fact part of a tribe, and a tribe that is in desperate trouble, by the way, that they've convinced them. They've convinced them that we're liars. They've convinced them that we're racist, and so on and so forth. And you can unconvince them, but you have to talk to them one-on-one. You have to get them one-on-one and talk to them individually as people. And say, and you have this conversation. What is it you want? What are you looking for? What do you need? What are your goals? What do you want to do? And you start asking people these questions. They start to understand. I'm not asking you what you want as a black American. I'm asking you what you want as an American. What do you want as a person? What is it you want? What do you want to do with your life? Boom. Just that simple. So we reject this idea of skin color diversity because we don't see skin color. They can't believe it. They can't believe it. They can't believe it. They just can't believe it. But it's true. They can't believe it. And the reason they can't believe it is because if we're telling the truth about this, they have no case left. They have nothing. Their entire world is gone. Their politics is gone. Their theories are gone. Their entire worldview is over if what I just said is the truth. If what I just said is the truth, they're finished. They're finished politically. The only reason these people won this last election was they convinced black people that the Republicans wanted to put them back on the plantation, and they convinced women that we wanted to put them in binders. And I have to tell you, women and black Americans fell for this hook, line, and sinker. It was really pretty stupid. The unemployment rate among black Americans with this black president is unprecedented. It's never happened before. Ever have we seen these kind of numbers. But you know what? Ultimately, you have to blame who? You have to blame Mitt Romney, and you have to blame the RNC. But mostly you have to blame Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney never got out there and made this case. When Mitt Romney says 47% of the people who are getting benefits will never vote for me, he's right. That's not how you win elections. Mitt Romney should have gone out there with a speech to get the 47%. Get them. I agree. It's easier to hand out free candy than it is to get people to buy vegetables. I understand that. But if you're not even going to get people to try to buy vegetables, then you don't deserve to be the candidate of the vegetable party, right? If the Democrats are handing out free candy to people to the point where they're obese and they're getting diabetes, and we're saying on the contrary, yes, candy is nice, and yes, candy tastes great, and yes, it's free to the degree that you're not trading money for it, but it's slavery. Now you're enslaved to the guy who's handing you the candy. Come over here and pay for some vegetables, work hard in the field, pay for vegetables. Not only will you feel good about working hard, not only are the vegetables good for you, but you'll get to prosper and grow. Maybe you'll be a vegetable farmer and you can sell vegetables to other people and relax. If you are not prepared to make that speech, you don't deserve to be a national candidate. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. And as I've said before, Mitt, I don't think there was a better moral character than Mitt Romney since George Washington. But if Mitt Romney can't tell the Mitt Romney story, that doesn't make him a bad man, and that doesn't mean he wouldn't have been a good president. He might have been an extraordinarily good president if, as a manager, his job was to cut away things that aren't working, keep the stuff that is, and get these budgets under control. He may have been the perfect president for this day and age. But if Mitt Romney cannot tell the Mitt Romney story, then you are not a candidate. And it doesn't matter how good a president you would be if you cannot get to office. This is the thing we have to understand. It doesn't matter how good a man he is, and it doesn't matter what kind of a president he would have been if he can't tell his own life story, and if he can't say, the president of the United States, this is so simple to me, this is so obvious, it's like a giant neon sign that walks in front of me, like it's attached to a stick in front of on the back of my neck, and wherever I go, I'm looking at the sign when I think about Republican politics on a national level. And what that sign basically says to me is we should have 100% of the vote. 100% of the vote. We should get every single vote in this country. Every single one of them. And if we don't have a plan to get every single vote in this country, we're doing something wrong. That's how I look at politics. Oh, we can't win California. Why not? Oh, California's too liberal. Says who? Well, just look at the poll numbers. The poll numbers are the result of you idiots not being able to complete a sentence and not make a case for what it is we believe in. I think we could win California. Really? You think you get to 51%? No, I don't think we'll get to 51%. We'll get to 100%. We'll get to 100%. We're going to win 100% of California. That's how you have to look at these things. We are going to win 100% of California. Really? Yep. You're delusional. Am I? Am I delusional, or am I crazy like a fox? Because I think we're going to win 100% of California. That's insane. Maybe the expectation of it is insane, but I will tell you this. I have a plan to win 100% of California. I have a plan. My campaign is built upon winning 100% of California. Really? Yep. Who is that general who just retired in Iraq? Awesome guy. Awesome guy. I should know his name. I'm ashamed I don't. But wasn't he the guy who said to his people, he was doing a briefing back when Iraq was really hot, and it's going to get hot again, 2004, 5, 6, somewhere in there, starting to run patrols. And he said, be polite, be professional, and have a plan to kill everybody you meet today. Yep. That would be my policy as a candidate running for the presidency. Be polite, be professional, and have a plan to win every single vote in the country today. Have a plan to win every single vote in California today. Every one. Because if your goal is to win 100% of the vote and you fall short of your goal, you might win 80%, 60% of California, and then you win. And then you get to show people why you should have won 100%. But no, we have paths to 270. Oh, I'll give up California. 52 electoral votes? Gone? Yeah, we're going to give it up. New York? No chance. Okay. They're fighting for Texas, you know. They're turning Texas blue. Yeah, well, we have a pathway to 270. What does that look like? Oh, we have to win Rhode Island. We have to win either Iowa or Wisconsin. Pennsylvania have to definitely win. Ohio, we have to win. Florida's a coin toss, but we have to win Florida. This kind of nonsense is just utterly ridiculous. Somebody said to me as RNC, you know what I would do if I was the president of the RNC, chairman of the RNC, and I had actual power to enforce this? I would do two things. I would say, first of all, our policy is to win 100% of the vote. And we are going to have speeches, we're going to have policies, we're going to have a plan to win every single vote in this country. That's our first plank. We're going to win every single vote in the country, every one of them. We're going to be able to convince every single American to vote for us. And the second thing we're going to do as Republicans is we are going to say that if you are a member of the Republican Party, you will not stand for re-election, period, full stop. Done, period. No re-election. One term, out, done. That would get people's attention, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that get people's attention if it wasn't just one individual? What if the entire party signed a pledge and the RNC chairman said you don't get any funds and you don't get to call yourself a Republican, not accept a second term as president, even if I am, what was it that Johnson said? It was actually kind of pithy. If nominated, no, it wasn't Johnson. It was Johnson. If nominated, I will not run. If elected, I will not serve. Well, everybody in the Republican Party takes that oath. Really? Yep. You're telling me you're going to send this person to Congress for 2 years and they're not going to go and do a second term? Nope. Why? Because our theory of government is the longer you stay in Washington, the more the corrupted you are by Washington, and we don't think that in a nation of 320 million people, we are going to have a shortfall finding 535 people who are qualified to make decisions. We don't think that given a 320 million person pool, we can't find 535 people every 2 years. And once they've been there for 2 years, that means that they are 2 years out of date in terms of everything that matters. In terms of everything that matters, you're already 2 years out of date if you go for your first possible reelection as a congressman. You're elected in 2012, you're running in 2014 for reelection, yep. So you've been out of the real world for 2 years already? Yep. And you want us to have you out of the real world for 4 years now? That's right. How far do you want to run with this? I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years maybe? I think, what's his name? Robert Byrd. Robert Byrd was a senator for 52 years. He was a senator longer than I'd been alive at the time he died. Nope, not us. We don't believe it. Really? No. You're really serious about this, you Republicans. We're as serious as we can be. We're serious as we can be. As a matter of fact, here's all of us on video. Here's every single national candidate on video, standing there together in a field out in Iowa, raising our right hands, swearing on a stack of Bibles. We will not seek re-election for this office. I don't mind that qualifier. That's fine. If you serve as a congressman and you do a great job, and as a representative rather, and the people think, man, that guy was absolutely fantastic. He was killer. Send him back as a senator. Okay, that's fine. That's a whole new campaign. There's no incumbency. That's fine. But generally speaking, I'm not even sure I really like that. No re-election to that office. Period. You're done. But that means you'll have amateurs. That's exactly what that means. That's exactly what that means. We will have amateur politicians, but professional businessmen and professional teachers and professional military officers and professional nurses, and we'll have professional doctors, and we'll have professional people in the construction trades. We'll have all of these people making decisions for all of us. They'll be professionals in what matters, and they'll be amateurs in the things that you guys think are important, because what you think is important is useless. I'm telling you, folks, honest to God, if I was the chairman of the RNC, we would win every election. We would win every election forever. And if you don't believe me, give me a try. Moving on.